Hey fam, if you ever had a period of time where everything in your life just wasn't going right, no matter what you do, you keep failing. Well, when I was graduating college, I applied to so many jobs. And you want to know what the response for every single one was?
Thank you for applying to the Software Engineer University graduate. Thank you very much for your interest in our software engineer full stack opening. We understand that looking for a new position is challenging, so appreciate the time and effort you spent considering Lockheed. Carefully reviewed your background and experience and decided not to proceed with. Had a chance to discuss your background and qualifications. Decided to pursue other candidates. The team has decided not to move forward with an offer and decided not to proceed with your application.
As you can see from that clip, I've failed so many times, but it's okay to fail. I mean, from every one of those rejections, I ended up finding a job in the end that helped me get to the next step and the next step. From every time someone told me that they wanted to hire other candidates or my skills weren't good enough, you know what I did? I worked on my skill set so much that when people interview me now, I end up having a 90% to an 80% chance of landing that job versus before. It has a lot to do with hard work, and hard work is what makes you succeed. Because without hard work and retrying and reapplying to jobs and improving my skill set and getting better and getting harder at my normal job, improving my resume, building a background for myself, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. The same thing applies to everything. If you've been following my channel for a while, you should hopefully notice a drastic improvement in video quality, editing, the amount of effort I'm actually putting into these videos, the period of time within which lapses between me releasing a video, the whole process is improving. And because of I take the failures of my videos, right? Every video I make is a success in its own way, but is a failure in another. And what I like to do is actually take that failure from every video and see where I messed up and how I can improve it. And one thing I noticed was, for example, one of my biggest failures in all my videos is retention. So I noticed people were not watching my content or keeping watching it for that long. So I ended up doing some research on how to actually get people to actually listen to me and hear to what I have to say. And as you can see, if you're still watching this right now, I'm getting the job done. So you're probably thinking to yourself, okay man, who are you? Like, okay, your failures are not really that big. Well, I'm gonna give you an example of a few people in life who have failed miserably, but in the end succeeded so much that we all know them.
So while doing my online research, I ran into an article by entrepreneur.com. And this article contains the stories of 6 individuals who have succeeded or who have overcame failure and succeeded. And one of the things that stood out to me was Microsoft was not Bill Gates' first company. As a matter of fact, he founded a company before it called Trafo Data, and he failed at selling this idea, and the product barely even worked. You could say it was a complete disaster, but this did not stop Bill Gates. And a few years later, he created Microsoft, and now it's the big behemoth we all know. The second thing I came to find out was that Walt Disney was told he lacked creativity. This happened when Walt Disney worked at a newspaper. He was fired, and instead of Walt Disney giving up, he decided to form his first animation company, which was called Laugh-O-Gram. This company raised $15,000, which at the time is a huge amount. But Laugh-O-Gram unfortunately had to close down because one of their important distributors had to shutter as well. Disney, being desperate and out of money, he kept persevering in Hollywood until his first few films succeeded. He did this even though he got a lot of criticism and he failed so many times. But eventually, we all know Mickey Mouse, we all know Minnie Mouse, and we all know all the Disney movies. So the last story I want to talk about from the list is Steve Jobs' story. So I'm sure a lot of us have heard it, but for those who don't know, Steve Jobs was booted from his company in the early days. So this was a time where Apple wasn't very successful. They weren't doing very well. So the board decided to kick out Steve Jobs, and instead of this tearing him down, he actually created 2 new companies, Next Computing, and later on, Next was acquired by Apple.
Hey fam, I hope you enjoyed that video, and I hope you got the point, which is failure does not mean you can't succeed. Whenever you fail, all you got to do is learn from it and get right back up and don't stop fighting. As usual, or if you're new to this channel, don't forget to smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and that bell notification so that you can get notified every time I make a new video. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace!